Welcome to the Power of Offense with Keith and Rodney. And I'm your host, Keith. And right below me on your screen is your host, Rodney.
Greetings, peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods. Now, right here on your screen, right? Some of you all probably remember this homicide tracking map. All right. And then now, if you haven't seen it, right, you want to check out the first video that we did that was titled Monsters and Black Rednecks. All right. Now, this right here is a DC homicide map. Now, this homicide map covers the entire DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. It tracks the homicides. All right. That's what it does. Now, last week when we published that show, right, we had 61 homicides here in the DMV. 61 homicides, y'all, as of the beginning of this year, within the first 40 days of this year. Well, check this out. A week later, we have 68 homicides. 68. Now, 31 of these homicides have occurred in the District of Columbia. 31 of it has occurred in Maryland, which includes Prince George's County, Montgomery County, and Laurel. And then you have 6, right, that occurred in Virginia, which will be Fairfax County, and I know they cover Prince Williams County. Now, the reason why we're covering this, right, it's because in a matter of a week, right, we had 7 more homicides. 7 more. Now, most of these homicides are black people, and it's black people killing black people. Am I right, Rodney?
Absolutely. Ridiculous.
Now, check this out. The reason why this is so important is because right here in Prince George's County, right, we have the most affluent and wealthiest, predominantly black county in America. Now, we showed this to you all. We showed it. We went over it in the last video. So if you want to view all of the data on that, please check out that video. Right now, here in Prince George's County, again, it's a lot of affluent people. It's a lot of millionaires here, black millionaires. Matter of fact, I know a couple. It's black people here making money, and we still have a murder problem. In a matter of a week, we have had what's that? 3 more homicides. 3 more. A total of 24 that were shootings. And look at this. The greatest number is our 20-year-olds. Simply ridiculous. Most of them are men. And I'm telling you, they're black men. Just let that sink in, y'all. Utterly ridiculous. Now, I wanted to show you all something, right? Let me show you all something. Rodney and I just published a video about reparations, right? And we want to provide a link of that video within this broadcast. And we encourage you all to check it out. And we actually talked about the legendary Anacostia neighborhood. Now, Anacostia, right, is one of the oldest neighborhoods in the District of Columbia. It's east of the Anacostia. This is the black side of town, right? The black side of the town. We actually showed one of the most notorious housing projects that existed in DC, which was called Berry Farms Housing Project. Now, Berry Farms has been neutralized. It's gone. It's been neutralized. Have you seen that, Rodney?
Yeah, I have. Right there by Suitland Parkway. All that stuff is gone there.
It's gone, man.
At one time, it was just the wreck was still there, but I even think the wreck is gone now.
Wow. Hey, see, I haven't been there. I haven't been down that way I want to say in a couple months.
Me neither. The last time I was there, the wreck was still there, but everything around it was starting to come down.
Yes, it was. And what's interesting is that the streets over there were named after radical Republicans who were part of freeing the slaves, right?
And these guys were advocates of passing legislation to help those out of slavery, like the real protections coming out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? As you know, coming from being a slave, you know, they really enacted laws. But since then, those laws have been hidden from us, and other laws has been produced that don't effectively protect us the way these old Republicans did, which the laws are still on the books, and we found them, and we're going to start to use them again.
Exactly. And what's crazy is that I know Sumner Road, right, which was named after Charles Sumner. He was actually one of the senators who was fighting for our ancestors to be paid monetary reparations. And he actually made a statement where he was disappointed that the rest of Congress didn't agree with him, or at least the majority didn't, that our ancestors should have received monetary reparations, of which all they received was, or what we received was, what did it say? It said amendments to the Constitution and civil rights legislation that were designed to promote equality and to fight discrimination. Now I'm paraphrasing, but I know the case law said something to that effect.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to digress too far. But let's talk about this article. It says police release photo of a suspect wanted in a deadly Anacostia metro shooting. Now this is our suspect, y'all. Of course you can't see his face. You know, so he got the fresh New Balance on. You know, black coat. Can't tell what it is. Look like it could be a North Face. I mean, he looked like almost anybody else walking down the street, walking down what's that MLK or Good Hope Road. You know what? Instead of reading this, let me just show you all. Let me just show you all this video. Check this out, y'all. There was no sound. But you see that young man right there on the platform. He just gave the other guy that. Now watch this. Did you all see that? Look how callous that was. Look at that. And people so desensitized, look. And those are black people. They just walk as if this is just another day in the hood. That man just got shot in his head, y'all. Let that sink in.
Replay that again.
And this murder just happened over this last week. Obviously, these guys know each other. You know how it go, Rodney. Yeah. Normally, it's in the hood shit. Normally, somebody you know, you came up with. You know, might be a rival from a different crew. That's what we call it around here. You know, some places they call them gangs. Sometimes over a woman. And then rarely it's the drug deals and stuff that go bad. But normally it's in the hood shit. You know what I'm saying, Rodney? And obviously these guys knew each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with each other. No, I wouldn't.
Well, one thing for sure, somebody else who know both of them gonna recognize who that person is, and then it'd be up to them to do the right thing. Because it really doesn't matter what the reason was for or what the principle behind them shooting them. It was crazy.
Yeah. And look at the movements of the bystanders. I mean,
yeah, that guy right there was just sitting down. He just got up and started walking.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Rodney, it almost looked like he's about to record it. It almost looked like he's probably taking pictures or something. No hysteria, nothing. So that's what we have come down to in the black community now, right? We don't care about each other's lives.
That's kind of crazy right there.
I'm virtually speechless, Rodney.
Wow.
We have people that have came into our comment section that have said things as if we're making this stuff up, right? We're trying to create a narrative that don't exist, that they aren't monsters, right? Or black rednecks, according to Thomas Sowell, that exist in our neighborhoods. And I'm like, obviously they are. Because if they weren't, right, then these type of situations wouldn't be happening. This murder wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have 7 more murders in a matter of a week. And it's not even hot outside. We know how this go when it get hot, Rodney.
Yeah, but this is right in the subway. I mean, to me, it appears that it was designed for them two to meet there. I don't know if they met, if they was there just by coincidence, by which I don't believe in coincidences anyway. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It almost looked like they had some type of beef and squashed it. You know, they know each other, you know, but it really wasn't squashed.
Yeah.
That joker laid him out, man. And he probably didn't expect him to lay him out like that. That was brazen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
matter of fact, this happened.
A lot of people around it's almost like broad daylight or broad. You know, it's out in the public open in the subway. So they're just banking on the fact that his face is covered, and if he didn't touch anything to get in, didn't touch anything to get out. I mean, you just don't know why he did it. He did it right behind his ear,
man. And you know when this happened, Rodney? This happened around 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, so that's broad daylight.
Yep. Yep. But you know, that's everyday shit in Anacostia.
Yeah, but it ought not be. Yeah.
You're right. It shouldn't be. So we encourage anybody that see this video.
But how they know that those? It said after making peace with them, but how do they know that they had any type of issue?
Well, I'm just assuming.
No, I'm talking about the article saying that.
All right, let's check it. Let's check it out.
Scroll up a little bit.
Okay.
Where did I see that at? It said not that way, the other way.
Okay. So the guy that died was 49. He's from Southwest.
It must have been on another screen. It just said they shot him point blank in the head after making peace with him. But yeah.
You know, it maybe was because I only had 2 screens up. Maybe, right here. Yeah, right below the video. Grimy. Dude shot the man point blank in the head after making. Yeah, because I'm looking at the body language. Let's go back to the video. The way they're talking, it does seem like they know each other and they had some issue. And supposedly peace was made. You can't make peace with a murderer, or shall I say with a monster, you know, in the context of how Judge Joe Brown used it. You can't make peace with that.
But with COVID out, people ain't gonna hug like that though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People still hugging?
That's a good point. No. That's a good point though, right? Most people don't. That's a great observation.
Yeah, and if you beefing with somebody or even you peace with it, you're not gonna conduct yourself in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
because it appears that the guy knew 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 what he was doing. You know, that in other words, he may have a little experience. So if the person in the white jacket knew him, he had them known something, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You have to know his character in some way.
You right. You right. And with COVID, with everyone wearing masks, you know, again, it's extremely difficult to make out who this person is unless you know him. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like that somebody know both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had several people just notice me just by the way I walk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Me too.
You know, my mannerism. A lot of times my voice, of course, in this that you don't have video, but it'll be that somebody probably will recognize them, but it'll be up to that person if they dare say something and do the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want murders to stop in the neighborhood, you got to turn people like this in. Yeah. See, to me, they call that snitching. I know a lot of them try to say that's snitching. To me, snitching is when you involved in the crime, and then you tell on all of the people that you were working with in that crime. That's snitching. To me, turning somebody in like this, being from the outside, that's called being a good citizen, an upstanding citizen. That's what it's called to me. What you think, Rodney? That's not snitching.
So yeah, I agree. You know, this one thing is, yeah, you described it perfect.
Yep. And I would like to finish this broadcast with this, Rodney. I just wanted to point this out. I just thought about it. You know, I wanted to show this map again because, again, these are black people killing black people. Now, for people that's not familiar with the DMV, this is the black side of town. East of the Anacostia, right here. Look at all those dots. That's where murders took place at. Now, DC used to be predominantly black. So all of this used to be predominantly black, but now it's mainly this side of Northeast and this side of Southeast. That's predominantly black, which is right next to Prince George's County, which is right here. The most affluent and wealthiest predominantly black county in the nation. We have already showed the proof on this. Now again, because we got to talk about this, the black side of town, right? Now let's take a look at DC. Let's see what's going on in Southeast. Southeast have 17 of the murders. 17. Northeast has 18. Most of the murders in DC, that's 25. 25 of the murders so far this year has happened east of the Anacostia, on the black side of town. Now, the white side of town, right, where most of the white people live at, will be up here, upper Northwest, all the way up here to Montgomery County, and this side, which is Northern Virginia. Fairfax over here, you know, Arlington, all of that is predominantly white. Now, check this out. So we just looked at DC, right? Let's take a look at Maryland again. 22 homicides in Prince George's County. You only have 8 in Montgomery County. 8. That's it. Now, for those of y'all who watched that show called The Housewives of Potomac, some of our listeners may watch that. They might watch that. You know what I'm saying, Rodney?
Yeah.
Or their spouse might watch it. Their wife might watch it. My wife watches it. Those women live in Montgomery County. They live up here. Matter of fact, right up in this area, off of 270, right. And that's predominantly white. They only had 8 homicides, and that's still too many. But they only had 8 homicides, and most of them, I know in Montgomery County, Rodney, I would say probably 6 of them probably were Hispanic, 2 of them probably was black. What you think about that? That sounds about fair.
Yeah, probably something like that, because it's more Hispanics moved than that in Montgomery County.
But let's look at Virginia. Now this right here, right? This is the Tyson's Corner area. This is the area they call the what they call the Tyson's Corner area. They call it the Rodeo Drive of the East Coast. I've actually seen an article that said that. Tyson's Corner area, McLean, all of that over here, which is in Fairfax County. They only had 3 homicides this year. That's it. And again, this is the white side of town, predominantly white. So what's really going on in the black community? Something is going on, and we got to discuss it. We can't continue acting like this stuff isn't happening. That's the point that we're trying to raise.
Even in the black sides of town in Virginia, they don't have the issues like they're having right there.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something else going on within those areas systematically. You know what I'm saying? That you know that this is the effect, but what pretty much caused it. That's one of the key areas. Because other than that, it's going to keep happening. Even if you lock everybody up and kill everybody off, you know, if the cycle and the system still exists, it just will sit there patiently for a new group of individuals to attack.
You're right. To check this out, Rodney, I just want to point this out again. Look at all these murders that happen up along here. Again, southeast, east of the Anacostia, right here. Glass Manor. This is the Maryland side right here, Eastover. Right? Temple Hills. Right here. Not even, man, I want to say 3 miles down the road, man. You had Friendly. Friendly, what came in number 6, number 5 or 6 of the most affluent, predominantly black community in America. And then Fort Washington right here, the Italians came in, I want to say like number 5, I think it was. Because remember, we had 5 communities in Prince George's County. Yeah. And look how close it is to where the bodies are getting dropped. I mean, I walk 5 miles a day.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could walk that. You know what I'm saying, Rodney? That's how close it is. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we got to do better, people. We got to. Us black people, we got to love each other, man. We got to do better, y'all. And I mean, I think this is a good point to go ahead and end this broadcast too, Rodney.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you don't have to be a dead horse, but it still need to be notice need to be taken.
Indeed. And you know, everyone, please share, like, and subscribe. And lastly, I would like to say we appreciate the growth. We see, you know, our numbers have been increasing significantly over the last couple of weeks, and we like to thank everybody and let you know that we appreciate all of you all. You know, and again, soon we will be going live. All right. So peace.
Peace.